We are blessed with three biggest mountain ranges, Karakoram, Himalayas, and Hindu Kush, and I belong to Hindu Kush range. So when I was a young girl and I was, running here and there on mountains, I thought that the snowfall that we have, it's gonna stay there forever. The forest that we have, it's gonna stay there forever. The clean water that we have, it's gonna stay there forever, not knowing that what the future unfolds. So because of the financial limitations of my family, मैं बहुत जल्दी expose हो गई थी towards society and towards practical life in my early teenage. Then my father passed away. I had to quit my education, end up working in a call center, and I had my fair share of struggle and facing discrimination for few good years until I found the university scholarship again and resumed my degree in applied physics. Over there I came across this adventure course by Pakistan Army, और उस कोर्स पे जाके I realized that my entire perspective towards life has changed and that life has a lot to offer. Just to think, for 2 times of meals or just to survive, बहुत कुछ था करने के लिए. And especially after knowing that we have so much in our backyards, the glaciers, the rivers, the mountains, we are not doing anything on it, and we just see European athletes climbing them and then leaving, Pakistan and going back. So after I started saving money, did multiple jobs, and fight the society at the same times because I came from a very conservative background. And in 2016, I became the first Pakistani to have cycled on the 3rd largest non-polar glacial systems, Biafo. The next year, I became the first Pakistani to bike on the highest peak of Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro, which was a dormant volcano. And then I got selected in one of the biggest sports platforms, ESPNW. I was trained by them and mentored by them. And they asked me to introduce this new action sports in Pakistan, which I knew nothing about. So I came to Pakistan. I learned everything for 3 years from YouTube, and I introduced snowboarding in Pakistan, won the first championship in 2021, and also the international race called Red Bull Home Run in 2022. Then I founded my own organization. It's called Samar Camp, under which I train and teach young girls, and I teach them the same sports that I do. I teach them mountain biking, backpacking, and snowboarding. And I teach them how can they build and make careers around adventure sports and adventure tourism. After everything, my recent expedition was on the continent of Europe, the highest peak of Europe, Mount Elbrus, the snowboarding expedition. Then I also got many national and international awards and everything. And after many years, I decided to bike again to the foot of K2, the 2nd highest peak in the world. And I wanted to bike towards Gordon Austin, not because of just to have a mere adventure. Lekin over the years in my small and big expeditions in Karakoram range, I have seen it firsthand. Then the trails that we climb to go to the summit, when we come back, the trails are not there anymore. I have seen the disasters firsthand, both in GB and my own home, KP. I've seen glacial outbursts, people leaving their home, everything, lives and dreams washing away. And so that's how I started working towards climate change, speaking about it, making adventure films, the films which covers the melting of glaciers, shifting of glaciers, the glacier rivers that we cross, which were not there 10 years before. And, to hear the stories from mountain guides firsthand. So now, working with WWF Pakistan, we introduced mountain biking as an eco-tourism, as an eco-friendly ride to cut carbon footprint. We work and we make ourselves train with international athletes, those who work on environment conservation, जो ऐसे इदारों के साथ काम करते हैं, like protect our winters. Because for few seasons in Pakistan, I wasn't able to snowboard, क्योंकि snow ही नहीं थी. और वो ख़त्म हो रही है, the season is getting shorter, पहले 4 महीने होती थी, now 2, and God forbid, only 1. And I talk and I work on climate change now because I'm not that little girl anymore who falsely believe कि सब कुछ रहेगा, बाकी नहीं रहेगा. In few years, if we continue to live like this, we'll have clean water emergency, we'll have food emergency, while people are already dying. That's why I'm very much open to work with any expert sitting here in the areas of adventure sports and sustainable adventure tourism. And I would highly urge you, like the takeaway or the end of my talk can be, according to an athlete's perspective, is that bridge the gap and imagine you with all of your resources, with all of your network, with all of your influence, working with the young youth leaders, the activists, the athletes, the people with their first-hand knowledge, those who rise from the streets and mountains of Pakistan. Imagine if you two work together, we can bring, miracles to our communities. We can solve their problem. We can come up with the green energy businesses, the solutions to plastic production. We can meet the deadlines and recreate the forest. We can clean our glaciers and peaks, and we can do a lot of good change in this country. So bridge the gap and work together for Pakistan. Thank you.